name's Connie Field, and I'm the founding member of Clarity Films. I'm producer-director in a documentary series called Have You Heard From Johannesburg.
It is not the kings and generals that make history, but the masses of the people.
Los Angeles, California.
Amsterdam.
London.
People in Australia.
The Russians.
African, Asian and Caribbean countries.
Britain, France, Germany, Italy, Austria, you name it.
It's a tremendous victory.
Because, you know, it's a turning point. You could cry. You feel your tears. And then you know your life has been very useful.
The international world was actually given a task. And they were given a task by the liberation movement. And they were told that their job was to isolate the apartheid regime. Isolate it economically, isolate it culturally, isolate it diplomatically. And they would be forced to listen to the just demands of the people fighting in that country. And in fact, that is what happened.
They dream that it is in fact possible for this world to become a better kind of world.
We've interviewed over 135 people from all over the world. We're covering over 50 years, over 12 countries. It's a very big project, which means that a lot of things get left on the cutting room floor.
We've been thinking all throughout the years that we've been working on the project if there's a way to try and get this information out, because it's interesting information, it's potentially useful information. What we're doing here at the Institute is taking elements of our film and splicing them up into smaller mouthful pieces.
That will say a little something in and of itself, and what we hope is then bring people back to the big story.
And using them in a way that engages the lessons of the global anti-apartheid movement and how they can be applied to all kinds of other social justice issues today.
I think it's important for people to know how important it was for us, because there's still many people in the world who are struggling for freedom, who need that same kind of support. And people must know it made a huge difference.
Issues of violence and nonviolence, issues of North-South partnership, issues of sports and society, corporate responsibility. You can find one, you can see a little scene from our film, you can meet the people who are involved in this, and you can personally communicate with them. It couldn't have happened in any other form.
When the NUS organised that Boycott Barclays campaign, a lot of people said, oh, it's just a pathetic kind of gesture and it wouldn't make any change. But as a result of that, Barclays lost £7 billion worth of business.
In 1969, I think we got about 40% of the total number of new students' accounts going in this country. In 1986, we were down to 13%.
We're inviting other people who are in the anti-apartheid movement. They'll be uploading their stories about what they went through, what tactics they had, what problems they had, and just try to create a community of people who are contributing to a knowledge base and taking from the knowledge base and just applying it out as broadly as it possibly can be applied.
The biggest impact this can have is to let people know the simple phrase, we can change things.
There's a sense, sort of a collective sense of things getting accomplished.
I love being exposed to new things, so I find it really invigorating to think of all the possibilities.
Being all together and compressed in this one area and doing work in parallel is really, really exciting.
It's been great. It's really been great.